Dog TV was originally billed as a babysitter for your dog. The programming for your pooch was a big hit when it debuted in San Diego last year. Now your dog can watch this new breed of television nationwide. Vanita Nair reports.
This is Chunk, a mixed breed of English bulldog and couch potato. Chunk's owners leave the television on for him. Not soap operas, but dog TV. Television from a dog's point of view and for a dog's point of view. Not much happens on dog TV. Dogs wander around, they bark, they play. Human voices say,
"Good boy, Callie."
It's designed to keep dogs interested, entertained, and relaxed, and it seems to work. This is a room full of caged pit bulls at the Escondido Humane Society. Normally, they bark all day. But now, they are calmed by dog TV. They're more appealing for adoption.
They're basically are vegging out all day. And that's an unnatural environment for dogs, and anything that can be done to help enrich that environment. It's much better for their, if you want to think of it, their mental health, which sounds trivial, but it isn't trivial.
The colors are muted and shaded towards the blues and yellows that dogs see best. And now Dog TV can be seen nationally. It's available for $4.99 a month on DirecTV after a year-long trial in the San Diego area.
U.S. dog parents really love their dogs. They treat them pretty much like their kids, which we really believe in is going to be a great solution for the millions of dogs that are left home alone every day.
Sutep Jackson was one of the early subscribers to Dog TV. For his dog, Diamond, it was love at first sight.
She jumped off the couch, flew over to the TV, and actually jumped up and almost pushed the TV over.
Dog TV. It gives a whole new meaning to putting the remote on pause.
That was Vanita Nair reporting. By the way, turning your canine into a couch potato will cost you $4.99 a month. A newborn baby elephant has arrived at the zoo in Tel Aviv. The playful female pachyderm is a member of an endangered Asian species of elephants. She weighed in at around 200 pounds. She is shown here with her mother, La Belle, and her grandmother, La Petite, who is pregnant with her own baby. The zookeepers have yet to name the new baby. I'm Danielle Nottingham. This is CBS News Up to the Minute.
On television, online, on the go, and now free on iPad. CBS News.
Now on CBS News Up to the Minute.
I can help us win. I can help us be a better team.
A-Rod returns, but for how long? The Yankee slugger suits up for his first pro game in months, just as the MLB pitches penalties for alleged doping. Plus, the famed Venice boardwalk turns into a bloody crime scene after a car careens into beachgoers. Now, chilling video and eyewitness accounts emerge.
I saw him and he was looking for blood.
Good morning. It's Monday, August 5th. I'm Danielle Nottingham in for Anne-Marie Green. Major League Baseball is expected to issue some of the severest punishments in the sport's history today. Officials will reportedly make an announcement at noon Eastern time about the 14 players caught up in the latest doping scandal. That includes Yankee slugger Alex Rodriguez, who returns to the team for the first time in months. Don Daler has more.
I can't wait to see my teammates. I feel like I can help us win.
After a final minor league rehab game, Alex Rodriguez was optimistic, saying he's rejoining the Yankees, who are playing on the road Monday.
I'm fine in Chicago.
But also Monday, Major League Baseball is expected to announce his season-ending suspension for using performance-enhancing drugs and obstructing the investigation. Under baseball's collective bargaining agreement, A-Rod could play while fighting a suspension, if the Yankees want him to. Danny Nobler is with CBSSports.com.
If A-Rod appeals, could he play?
Under the rules, that could happen. Now, whether that will happen, I don't know. And I don't know that anyone outside the commissioner's office really knows that yet.
An arbitrator would have 25 days to rule, and the evidence against Rodriguez would be made public. If the suspension ultimately stands, he will lose around $34 million in salary. New York Daily News baseball columnist Bill Madden says if Rodriguez is sidelined until 2015, don't expect to see him in pinstripes again.
This is a guy who would then be 40 years old, having had 2 hip surgeries. So it's highly unlikely that he could ever even think about playing again.
The talk of a lifetime ban for Rodriguez has quieted down. Major League Baseball wants A-Rod and the other players to accept their punishment without appeal and put all of this behind them. Don Dahler, CBS News, New York.
And there are reports this morning that A-Rod will be allowed to play while he appeals his decision. A California man is under arrest this morning, accused of steering his car through the Venice boardwalk on Saturday. 1 person was killed and 11 others hurt. Carter Evans has the story, but we want to warn you, some of this video is disturbing.
To those who saw it, there was little doubt. They say this was not an accident.
He started weaving to hit people on purpose.
John Drolet was vacationing on the Venice Beach boardwalk when he heard a crash.
He took out a tent, 3 people, he knocked one up on the hood, now he's going to stop. But he gunned it again, and he hit people on the other side, on the left side of the promenade.
For more than 100 yards, the wounded lay as firefighters rushed to treat them. Minutes earlier, surveillance video captured the driver, 38-year-old Nathan Campbell, parking, calmly walking down the street, then getting back in the car and accelerating. Witnesses say Campbell made a sharp left onto the pedestrian-only boardwalk, striking people as he continued to swerve left and right.
There were people flying everywhere. It looked like something out of a movie.
I saw him and he was looking for blood.
Authorities say Campbell drove several miles through Venice and neighboring Santa Monica before turning himself in. He's been booked for murder with bail set at $1 million. If one moment could capture what happened, the horror of it all, this is it.
Was he aiming for people?
It looked like it to me. I don't know what his motives were, but it looked like it. He took out innocent people. He didn't even know these people. There was no reason for him to do that. What's the rationale behind that? People moved out of the way, and he drove to hit them.
The woman who died has been identified as 32-year-old Alice Gruppioni from Italy. Her family told Italian media she was married 2 weeks ago and was here in California on her honeymoon. One other person is in critical condition. Carter Evans, CBS News, Venice Beach.
U.S. embassies and consulates in 19 cities around the world will stay closed all week because of an ongoing terror threat. The closures began yesterday and most will be extended through Saturday. Marley Hall reports.
There was extra security surrounding many of the nearly 24 American embassies and consulates across the Muslim world, closed Sunday because of a terror threat. Members of Congress say intelligence agencies intercepted conversations between high-level people from al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, planning a major terrorist attack.
There's been an awful lot of chatter out there. Chatter means conversation among terrorists about the planning that's going on, very reminiscent of what we saw pre-9/11.
There are roadblocks leading to the U.S. Embassy in Yemen. Yemen is home to al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, the al-Qaeda affiliate charged with attacking Americans. The Yemen facility and 18 others, mostly in the Middle East and Africa, will be shut down through Saturday. The State Department says it's out of an abundance of caution.
Well, I think we know a lot more about the when than the where, and you can tell that from the breadth of the closures, but the when was very specific in terms of a Sunday.
CBS News has learned a team of terrorists is already in place to carry out a new attack. U.S. agencies are rushing to disrupt the plot.
The only way to stop plots is to stop people. What America could do is to find the operatives who are responsible for this and capture them or kill them.
There is also a global travel alert through the end of the month. Americans going overseas are being told to be extra careful when traveling on public transportation systems and in tourist locations. Marley Hall for CBS News.
The embassy in Cairo, Egypt, is one location that remains closed. Despite the potential threat, 2 U.S. lawmakers travel there today. President Obama asked Republican Senators John McCain and Lindsey Graham to mediate between the Egyptian military and supporters of ousted President Mohamed Morsi. Clarissa Ward has more on the volatility from Cairo.
We visited the Rabaa al-Adawiya protest camp where the numbers seem to be getting bigger, not smaller. While we were there, police helicopters swooped in and dropped thousands of leaflets down onto the crowds. The leaflets were from the Interior Ministry, and they urged the protesters to return home, promising them safe exit if they did so quickly. They also said that they understood that the protests had been, quote, brainwashed by the Muslim Brotherhood. Certainly, judging by the reaction of those protesters, we saw them laughing as they read the leaflets. We saw some people tearing them up. It doesn't seem that they have any intention of heeding that advice and heading home soon. So the question now is, how long can this standoff continue? And so far, nobody seems to know the answer to that. Both sides here appear to be digging in, and certainly the government has made it clear that the window of opportunity for dialogue is rapidly closing. And so far, those U.S. and European Union-backed diplomatic efforts do not seem to be bearing any fruit. Clarissa Ward, CBS News, Cairo.
More news still ahead. This is Up to the Minute.